My name is Jakob. I'm the head of the Fire and Rescue Service in the Greater Copenhagen area. That's the capital area of Denmark. My service covers nearly 1 million inhabitants, and it's the biggest fire and rescue department in Denmark. I've been in the Fire and Rescue Service since 1997, so quite a lot of experience. So actually, I can say without bragging, I'm one of the most experienced fire and rescue chiefs in Denmark, and seen a lot, and also happy to share my experiences in this project. We deal with all hazards here in Copenhagen. So we have been working on fires, we've been working on flooding, we've been working on storms. We also have heavy rainfall as well, and also a rising sea level. We're working with. So actually, I think we work with the whole area that a fire service in a capital region is working with, where you have a very dense population, where you have a city very close to the sea, and all the things that comes with that. So yeah, I think we work with it all actually. Actually, way back, I was a volunteer myself in the very beginning, back in 1991. So I fully understand the work of volunteers. Actually, when I became the chief in Copenhagen in 2010, we made our own volunteer fire corps because we needed this extra resource. And then we had this experience when we had a fire at the old stock exchange in Copenhagen for 2 years ago, where there was a lot of valuables inside the building that needed to be rescued. And nearly all the firefighters was occupied by putting out the fire. So actually we took ordinary citizens, and asked them to help us taking out all the valuables. So actually we got a lot of good experience from that incident in how to organize and how to manage people from the outside coming to help the Fire and Rescue Service. I can later on tell you a little bit about our experiences. We have also experienced when we have had floodings in the southern part of our area, where citizens themselves want to help, and how we're going to organize that. And finally, due to all the experiences we have now developed an application for your iPhone or your Android phone. So actually we can ask citizens to come help us and organize it that way as well. Yeah, it's public yet. Hopefully it'll be public this week or next week, this app, because I actually needed a tool for how to organize volunteers who wants to help. Spontaneously volunteers, we call them, because I think one of the biggest problems is how to organize them, how do we get the volunteers to meet up at a certain point and be under our command? So that's actually what we're trying to solve here. We don't have any formal volunteer management training in Denmark, but all the other things, it's mandatory to have that training. Yeah, experience from the fire in the old stock exchange. One of the challenges is to make sure who's coming and who's going, because we want to register the people helping us, also in order to make sure that they are insured. So actually registration is a issue, and the next one is how to make some kind of command and control system. So we know as a fire rescue service what they are doing and where they are. So we have to figure out a way to manage them, to put them into small groups and with designated tasks. And when they're done with this task, how do they return to get a new task? That's one from the old stock exchange fire, and we have also had from this flooding area where people show up, want to help to fill sandbags and stuff like that. It's a little bit more easy because it's not time critical at that point, but but we still need to register who's helping. And one problem is also we're trying to solve is how to mark the volunteers, saying this volunteer, this citizen is working actually for the fire service now. So some kind of vest and helmet, safety equipment we need to provide them with as well. Actually, volunteers can do a lot of things. If you take civilians, they have often some competences from the civilian work that could be brought into function, but easy tasks where they're not required to have this firefighter training or stuff like that. They can help with floodings. They can help with food and shelter. They can help with some tasks, actually filling sandbags or placing sandbags. They can also take care of, we have a group of people that is, those are the people who has been hurt by the incident, not severely hurt, and they need to go to hospital, but they need somebody to talk to. And then we can use volunteers as well to do that. So I think there's a lot of good tasks we can use where the volunteers, the spontaneous volunteers, can be used for, but we still need the most crucial part is how to manage them, how to put them into a kind of system, so they are not actually putting themselves in dangers and harm's way. So we need to have some kind of command system for that. Yeah, the coordination is good, equipment is good as well. Yeah. That'll probably be the one thing we need to on the emergencies here in Copenhagen. It's very, very hard to give solid communication before everything spreads on social media. So the communication from us will often be delayed compared to what you can read in social media, stuff like that. So when we communicate as a fire and rescue service or police or ambulance service, we need to make sure that our communication is the right one. But social medias, they don't need that, what's it called, quality check on the information. So often the information be a little bit delayed from the authorities. So I'll figure out what kind of tasks they can do, but you need to have them the right equipment on them. You need to register them. You need to put them on the command. You can do that within 1 hour, I think.
Within 1 hour, okay.
But right after the emergency, we have a lot of work following up on this stress, because I think when people are focused on the tasks and stuff like that, they'll be focused on that. It's when you're finished the job. You need to take care of the other things. We had this active shooter in Copenhagen some years ago, where we could see that it could be very useful if we had some kind of NGOs, Red Cross, for example, that could come and help us take care of all the people coming out of the mall that's not been affected by the shooting. So it's very difficult to say when and where. It depends on the situation as well. For spontaneous volunteers, it will take some time from you, but you need to be prepared that people will come and help. So you need to have some kind of organization. So you actually need to prioritize within your own organization. You have some kind of system to handle this, and then it will not take time from the emergency, but it will be an add-on to your organization. So if you think you can do it within the organization you have now, then it will take time from the emergency. You need to build up something extra. If I take the fire in the old stock exchange, where we had citizens helping us carrying out some of the valuables, what we've done afterwards, we have created this application for the iPhone and the Android. We're going to launch this week or next week, and then we also we have built up a big van. So if we have big emergencies, actually we have volunteers within my organization that will bring that van to the scene, and in that van we have equipment for spontaneous volunteers, for citizens. That's helmets, that's vests, that's That's different kinds of tools and equipment they can use. And they also bring with them this scanner, because when you sign up at the app that you want to help, the application we have built, then when you sign up, you automatically sign a volunteer contract with us, so you're covered by our insurance, and you also get this IQ code. So when you show up at the scene, you just show this IQ code, and then you're scanned by our volunteers, and then you get given a number, and we know you're there. You're given some equipment, and you're given some instructions, so you can use it. Since asking me, how can I help? I don't want to be enrolled in the Home Guard or be a volunteer in the Fire and Rescue Service, but I want to help if needed. So this tool, this application, is actually a tool for the citizens, saying from us to them, we'll call upon you when we need your help. So they'll be alerted by the app saying, we now need 20 or 50 or 100 citizens to help us fill sandbags in the southern part of our area. Please show up at this point, at this time, and sign up with your name and stuff like that. And then you get a QR code, and you can show up and help us. Safety back home. How can you provide yourself for 3 days? What should you be aware of if you have animal pets during crisis? How can you make food without electricity, stuff like that. So the one part of the application is guidance, and the other part is a part where we can call upon citizens to help us if we need it.